Well, Tammy and I decided to take a ride up from Evangola State Park campground and see what kind of beaches and other places to visit. We found Lake Erie Beach Park as well as Sturgeon Point Marina. Now, Lake Erie Beach Park is the first one we're going to go to. Great place to visit for the day if you want to get in the water and get wet. You can also take your dog and walk around. You can't have them actually on the beach. And Sturgeon Point is a nice place to visit if you want to take some boat rides and stuff, as well as Connor's hot dogs and hamburgers and ice cream. And we just enjoyed driving up the roads and looking at all the really cool houses that are on the Seaway Trail. Enjoy. They must have things going on here. There's $10 fee for here.
I don't think so either. Look at the ducks.
Do we see any signs about dogs?
I do not. Let me go check it out real quick.
Oh, this is Lake Erie Beach Park. But no dogs are allowed on the beach. Cute little town. They got a couple little places to eat and stuff. Little tavern over there. Tammy's out looking for sea glass. She wants to find some sea glass. Our son's girlfriend's mother told us there was sea glass out here people like to look for. Lake Erie Beach Park. And no dogs. Sorry, Patch. But they have a little restroom area and stuff. Little playground. We're just trying to explore everything, see what we can see, so when we come back sometime in the future, we'll know where to go. This is pretty though. No waves. Not like the ocean. Did you find any sea glass?
The water's warm.
Really?
Yes.
Tammy said the water's warm.
Shocking. Much warmer.
Wow.
I'm surprised it's not packed with people swimming in there.
Like what would you say it was? 70, 80?
More. Go touch it.
Tammy says I gotta go test the water. Oh, this is cool. This is weird. Okay, this is weird. I'm used to going to the beach and having waves. Oh, there's little waves. It is warm out here though. Oh yeah, the water is warm. I got my shoes wet. Wow. That is warm. If I had a swimsuit on, I'd be in there. Alright, back up the steps here. Some pictures of these houses here. This is the marina that they use.
Yeah, it is the marina that they use. That's what she said. This is where they launch their boat.
Or is it just a regular parking spot? Maybe right there. That looks like regular car parking.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's just park right there. Kind of in the shade. We're at Sturgeon Point Marina. Just checking it out. Hardly anybody here. But it's Friday. Well, it's Friday, right?
Yeah.
So, surprised. Come on, Patch. Hey, follow me. He's trying to go his own way. No swimming. Sorry. Oh, there's a sturgeon. Town of Evans Parks Department. Welcome to Sturgeon Point Marina. I see land over there. Maybe that's Canada. I don't know. I think of all the pictures I've seen of this place, and usually in the wintertime with ice and snow all the way up here. And it's hard to imagine it being nice and warm and inviting to get in the water here. Wow. Patch, are you having fun? I know you really want to get in the water, huh? You want to follow Mommy. And Mommy's way over there. I can't get over there. No, you can't. You're staying here with me. Do you understand? Yeah, you're going to stay here with Daddy. No, I want to go over there. It's like 79. On my dash thing it says 79 degrees. But I think with the humidity it feels like more like 82, 83. Just doing some sightseeing. And Tammy's collecting sea glass. Ooh, peanut butter chip. Sounds good. Hey everybody, welcome back. And I haven't done one of these for a while, so thank you for joining me. I'm going to show you how to find some of the places that we featured in the video. And bear with me because this is an area I'm not that familiar with, but I'm trying to get familiar with. And that's just south of Buffalo, New York, along the Lake Erie coast here. Beautiful drive. I did a video on the Seacoast Drive up Route 5 here, which actually goes past Buffalo and continues up along the lake and the St. Lawrence Seaway and so on. And actually, the video I did only did a portion of this whole trail. It's about 500 miles plus the whole trail. And it's a beautiful trail if you like to, maybe you're coming out for a motorcycle ride or you want to just take a ride in your car and that kind of thing if you're staying out here in an RV. We plan on coming back here, and one of the areas that we focused on was this particular area here close to where our son's going to be living over here in Hamburg and Buffalo area, in this area kind of. And the closest RV park that we found was actually, let me zoom in a little bit here, Evangola State Park. It doesn't show it right there. There it is. Evangola State Park. I have another video I'm going to do on this campground. It's a very nice campground. It has about over 100 sites there, so we'll do a video featuring that one. But we also wanted to take a drive around and just see some of the beaches and maybe future areas to kind of check out when we come back. And this particular video, we went to two places. On this video, we went to, let me zoom in again, we went to Sturgeon Point, but we also went to Lake Erie Park. There it is, Lake Erie Beach Park right there. And so here's Evangola, that's where the campground is. Beautiful campground. And then if you take this Seacoast Drive, I think is what they call it, or Lakeshore Drive, goes all up and down the coast here. You'll find Lake Erie Beach Park. And then there's also other places. There's Evanstown Park that you can go to. There's Bennett Beach and Cradle Beach. There's a couple of different beaches. We didn't get to all of them. We did go later on to this one. On the next day, we went to Erie County Went Beach. Nice little beach. And pets are allowed on this particular beach. So watch for the video where we'll do the video on this one, Went Beach Park. And Went was actually somebody that lived here a long time ago and built a house there. And we'll tell you about that. It's really kind of a cool story. And Sturgeon Point up here is if you have like a fishing boat, or you maybe want to go fishing, or know somebody that has a boat, or you bring your boat with you, you can launch your boat right here at Sturgeon Point. This is owned and operated by the Lake Erie town, the town of Lake Erie, I think, or Evans is what it's called. Some of these cities around here are not really called cities, they're called villages because they're small communities like Lake Erie Beach, Angola, Derby, and so Evans. These are all, and then down here is Dunkirk and a couple others. These are all called villages sometimes, or just small towns. It's a little different than what we're used to in Arizona. Let me zoom in a little bit. There we go. Let's go first to the Lake Erie Beach Park. That's where we went right there. That is, let's see if I can. There we go. Lake Erie Beach Park. This is open year-round, but for certain times of the year, the season starts for swimming July through Labor Day. The beach opens for swimming. Now, here's what they say. Swimming's allowed only when lifeguards are on duty, and it looks like they open on July 1st through Labor Day. We came in the early part of June. There were lifeguards there with people on the beach. The water was, I thought, was warm, 75, 80 degrees. I didn't take an actual temperature, but I'll tell you what, we've been in lakes in Arizona, like Lake Pleasant, and we've been in the Colorado River that was a lot colder than this lake. I was really surprised that Lake Erie was that warm, to be honest with you. Even in San Diego, when you go into the beach, it's 67, 65, 67 degrees. That's warm for San Diego. But when we set foot in the beach here at Lake Erie, it was warm. It was like, wow, this is really, and there weren't that many people getting in the water. It was kind of crazy, but it was a beautiful beach. Of course, it was during the week. I will say that, during the week, not on the weekend. I would imagine on the weekend, these places get busy. Sturgeon Point is where you can launch a boat if you have a boat, or it's just a fun place to walk around and hike. There's a little nature trail close by and lots of boats that are parked here. Some of them have Some of the local residents rent this out during the season, and they get slips for their boat, and then they can just leave their boat parked. And when they come from their house, they can come here, get in their boat, and take off and have a day on the lake. And so that makes sense. But in the wintertime, or when the season changes, like in October, when the weather starts getting cooler and rainier and colder, then everybody pulls their boat out. So you will see pictures of this area here with no boats at all. Those are probably taken in the wintertime because that makes sense. Everybody pulls their boat out. And it's amazing some of the pictures I've seen of this area from the wintertime where there's ice everywhere. It's frozen up. And I'm from Arizona. It's like, I'm not used to that. We don't have that problem here. Not at all. If anything else, we just have the heat problem. And so it is a kind of a cool place to visit. There's so many things to see. Let me back out a little bit here again. If you're in this area, there's this, of course, the places that we visited, all the little beaches and stuff. There is a really cool place up here that was closed when we went there, but we would like to, if we go back, we want to visit. It's the Frank Lloyd Wright Great Cliff. That's kind of a cool house, that another one of Frank Lloyd Wright's homes that he built. You can take tours through it. There's a really pretty Suncliff Inn on the lake. It's a wow hotel. I don't know what else to call it. I didn't even try to guess and check the prices on that, but it's a beautiful hotel. Been there for a long time. And as there's so many other things to see up here. And of course, you're not that far. Let me back off. If you decide you want to go on some sightseeing trips up to Buffalo and to, let me zoom up here a little bit farther. There we go, Niagara Falls. It took us from, where we were in Hamburg, and we went all the way up to Niagara Falls. It took less than an hour. I'm going to say 45, 50 minutes to get there on the freeway. So you do want to be careful and make sure you Google search your trip there. If you take the 190 across here, this is a toll, but you can go around on a 265 and avoid the toll. Takes a little bit longer, but it is kind of scenic, and you get to go over some other things. I'll show that. We'll do a video on Niagara Falls coming up here in a little bit, so I'll talk more about this trip across there. It's really kind of neat. You go across the Erie Canal and some famous things like that. But Buffalo is probably about less than 30 minutes away from where you are, so there's some neat things here. Of course, there's the football stadium here that they is a popular attraction for a lot of folks. The Buffalo Bills play there, and you'll see every now and then you'll see Buffalo Bill signs everywhere because they're big Buffalo Bill fans. I understand. We got Cardinals signs around here, so I totally get it. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you do get in this area, do check out some of these sites along the lake here. Just beautiful. A little different than what we're used to in Arizona, but that's okay. It's a great, beautiful world out there. Get out and see it. Safe travels wherever you're going. Thanks for watching. Catch you on the next video. Bye.